Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by and watching my video. This one is going to be 10 non-yarny things about me. I wasn't tagged by anybody, but that's okay. I'm going to do it anyway. Let's see. And I have my little list down here, so that's why I keep looking down. Number one, I am, and I think I've mentioned this already, but I am totally obsessed with the vintage strawberry shortcake. And I'm probably showing my age, but the, remember the dolls, the strawberry shortcake, she smelled like strawberries, and then there was lemon meringue, orange blossom, blueberry muffin, huckleberry pie, and then there was the purple pie man. He was the bad guy. And then strawberry shortcake, she had a dog, Pupcake, and then she had a cat, Custard, and I don't know why. I think is when she was on and she was popular, she was so different from all the other cartoons that were on, and I just adored her. She was cute. She was just so cute. And the newer ones, I'm not too. Let's see. So if you ever want to get me a gift, strawberry shortcake. The vintage strawberry shortcake. You'll never be able to go wrong with that. Number two, I have 4 kids. I have 3 girls and 1 boy. And I think I've already mentioned that too. They are 24, 23, 15, and my little surprise is 9. That's Piper, that's the youngest. And I also have 4 grandkids. 3 girls and 1 boy. And the 2 older ones say they're done. So let's see. Number 3, I am 5'3", and in school I played basketball, and I was halfway decent at it. I actually won a trophy. Let's see. Number 4. My top bucket list items. My top 3. I want to travel to Ireland. So bad. So bad. That is where my father's family is from, is Ireland. And I want to, I heard the car door outside, and I want to learn to scuba dive, and I want to go white water rafting. Just once, I want to go white water rafting. Let's see. Ooh, and I would really love to go on an African safari. That would be super cool too. Let's see, what was that? Was number 4. Number 5. I actually used to live in Vegas. I lived in Vegas for almost 10 years. my older daughters, their dad, their sperm donor, uh, took off with my kids, ran off with them. I didn't know where they were at, and I found them in a neighboring town, and so we stayed there. We lived there for almost 10 years. I'm not crying. My makeup, my eyeliner is, and then we moved back. I moved back to help my mom take care of my dad. And my daughter number 2, Gina, she actually moved back about 2 years ago. Right at about 2 years ago. So I have one daughter that still lives there. And I'm really, really hoping that I can make it over there to visit in the next year or two. Hopefully. Let's see. Number 6. You probably wouldn't know it from the accent, but I was actually born in Ohio. And we lived there until I was almost 9 years old, and we moved down here. My dad got a job in northern Florida, and I lived the rest of my youth down in Florida. Let's see. My favorite colors are pink and teal and aqua. Let's see. Number 8. My hair looks like crap, y'all. I got a haircut, and this is not number 8, but I got a haircut. And she went a little bit scissor happy and cut it way shorter than I wanted. And it kind of, I don't know. I don't like it, but my hair grows fast, thank God, so it'll grow out quick. Number 8. I am the youngest of 3, and which isn't very many, I guess, when you think about it. But I'm the youngest of 3, and I'm the only girl. So I have 2 older brothers. And there is, excuse me, almost 7 years between myself and my oldest brother. Let's see. And number 9. And I'm going to preface this with, don't comment nasty, and because this isn't a debate. But I grew up, when we moved from Ohio down to from Ohio to northern Florida, the job that my father had gotten, I had always lived with greyhounds. We always, even up in Ohio, we had a couple of greyhounds. And the job that my dad got was managing, he didn't own it, but he managed a greyhound farm. So I grew up on a greyhound farm. And you hear lots of nasty things about what happens at the track. I wouldn't know anything about that because that's not where we were at. We were on the actual farm. And I'm sure there were some farm owners and managers that were some really crappy, immoral individuals, but that was not my dad at all. He was one of the kindest and most gentlest people, and and I'm going to try not to cry. I really wouldn't have wanted to grow up any other way. I was not traumatized when we moved from Ohio to Florida. I absolutely loved it because my dad, he loved the dogs. He loved those animals. And from sun up to sundown, it was all about his dogs. They were his. And I was allowed to play with them, and they were constantly out of the pen and running out of the pens. And I mean, they were just, so no, don't leave nasty comments, because you hear a lot of bad things about some of the owners, and that was not my dad. He was not like that. He was very gentle and he was very kind. And he loved the dogs. And growing up, I was quite sure that he probably loved the dogs more than he loved me, which isn't true. But you know, he was a good man. He was really a good man. And those animals, the dogs, the puppies, and they were very lucky. Very lucky. Let's see. That was number 9. Number 10. Growing up, I wanted to be a writer. I wanted to write novels, and I wanted to be the next Stephen King, female Stephen King. Nobody's better than Stephen King, but I wanted to write the horror novels like Stephen King and Anne Rice, and oh my God, they were my favorite. They were my favorite. They still are. And I still write a little bit. Not as much as I used to, but I'm getting back into it. Lately, in the last few months, I'm getting back into it. So, but that's it. I do write poetry a little, but about the same. And I've been published a few times, poems, not stories or novels or anything, but poetry. I've been published a few times. So that's it. That's my 10 non-yarny things about me. So this is actually like the 3rd time that I've done this. I was in a different spot, and I was sitting over there at my dining room table, and I was trying to do it, and the color, it just kept, I guess it was where I was sitting at, and maybe it was the lighting or whatnot, but the color kept fading in and out, and it was aggravating, and I couldn't concentrate on anything else but that. So that's my 10 non-yarny things, and I'm going to get off of here and stop playing with my hair, and I'll probably upload another video tomorrow about yarny things. So it's Friday night. I'm going to go eat my dinner, and I'm going to chillax. Bye.